Hey everyone, Ross here from Warrior Trading. I'm going to talk to you today about the pattern day trader rule, also known as the PDT rule. This rule came into effect in 2001, and what it states is that if you're going to day trade more than 3 times in a 5 business day rolling period, that you need to maintain a minimum balance in your trading account of at least $25,000. Now, this is tough for a lot of beginner traders. I know it was tough for me when I first got started. I wasn't expecting to need $25,000 in the account. Fortunately, there are a few different ways you can avoid being restricted by the PDT rule. One way is to go ahead and trade with a cash account, and then you can day trade as much as you want, but when you run out of cash, you've got to wait 2 days for trades to settle. The good news is that options trades settle overnight. So if you have $10,000 in your account, you could potentially take 2 or 3 options trades each day, knowing that they settle overnight and the cash will be available for you to trade with again the next day. But if you're going to actively day trade, buy, sell, then you do need a minimum of $25,000. Now, something that's kind of interesting is that different brokers view round trip differently. So each trade is considered a round trip. So if you buy 1,000 shares and then you sell 1,000 shares, that is 1 round trip and it would count as 1 of your 3 trades in a 5-day period. What happens, however, if you buy 1,000 shares, you add another 1,000 shares, and then you sell 2,000? Well, most brokers would still consider that 1 round trip. Even though you took 3 individual trades, you bought once, you bought a second time going in the same direction, and then you sold all at once. What happens if you buy 1,000 and then sell 500 and then sell 500 more? Well, you did 2 sell orders, but you're still considered a round trip. You made 1 direction going up and 1 direction coming back down. In this case, however, where you buy 1,000 shares, you sell 500, and then you buy 1,000 more, and then you sell the rest, that's going to count as 2 trades because you changed directions twice. Now, with some of these complex orders where you're going forward, backward, different brokers will view it differently. So it's important to check with your broker and find out how they're going to account a round trip if you do change directions mid-trade, or if you just keep buying, and then selling. All right, so I hope this has helped you understand the PDT rule. The biggest thing to remember is that you're limited to only 3 trades in a 5-day period if your account is under $25,000 and it is a margin account. All right, I hope that's helpful. As usual, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.